Hey, Ceizar, Brett, Stix, the tripod. Adam Carolla here. I know you guys love wrestling. Probably not at the college or Olympic level, but probably real wrestling. Like, where guys hit each other with chains and folding chairs and things like that. What they should do? They should really take like Olympic wrestling and infuse professional wrestling. By the way, I never really thought about this with professional wrestling, but is there any other endeavor where if you put the word professional in front of it, it becomes fake? You know what I mean? Like they don't go, this guy's an electrician. Okay, this guy's a professional electrician. Oh, bullshit. Get out of here. Think about that. Anyway, I know you guys just want to get ramped up. I'd like to be part of the tripod, but then we'd be a quad pod, and that sounds gay. Anyway, mazel tov. And tripod, one more thing. Now hit that music, Mangria.
Can you dig it? Let's go! Shame. Shame. I'm unashamed. All I need is 116 to brag on my king. Need is 116, Romans 116. We talk about him daily cause he run this thing. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the tripod. I am Mangria fueled. We don't need intros. I just said that. How was everybody's week? Ceizar, you go first, my man. You joined us last. We're all curious. How has the world been treating Big Carpe this past week?
It's just another fucking week.
Very interesting. Stixy Drip Drip, I love your shirt. All hail King Corbin, apparently. How was your week, my friend?
Not too bad. I had a lot of wrestling and ended with some football here, and now we get to talk about the week of wrestling.
Well, luckily, none of us died over the past week, unlike I can't say the same for Bob Saget. Breaking news as we start recording.
What the fuck transition is that?
The father of Full House has passed away, but we are all still here. And to pile on to sad news, by the way, one of the legs of the tripod, this is his last week for a while, a full episode. But Brettzky, go ahead and tell the world what's about to happen.
Man, don't tag me along with the fucking Bob Saget died.
Bob Saget
Another
died.
bad news. Brettzky won't be here on the wrestling podcast. Yeah. I don't know what's worse. Well, yeah. So anyone who's wondering, the two of you who probably don't know, because I've mentioned it on here already, I will be going to study abroad in Grand Ole London or until June. So I will not be here live anymore because I'm leaving on Friday. Record these on the weekend, so I'll be just missing next week. So this is my last week full time. I mean, I presume, because I doubt we're gonna be able to find a time with all four of us in time zones and all that shit. So I won't be here. I'll still be here whenever, Mangria, if you want me to ever send in Jews of the Week or clips or whatever it is, I'll still be here. I'll still be there for APPW. I mean, I'm not there, but I'm sure that people will be there, who can represent my interests on APPW. So don't worry about that. But yeah, that's about to happen. I mean, it's been a hectic week per usual for me. I mean, I recovered from COVID. I got it 2 weeks ago. I've been still recovering into early this week. Then getting all the shit done with booking the flight and fucking getting tested and getting packed and all that other fun shit. But yeah, so it's been hectic, and one last hurrah for now, I guess. Not really sure how long I'll be out.
Now, fuck that, Brett. You're going to be on the plane next Saturday. Yeah, and then what happened next on NXT?
The lady next to me is like, shut the fuck up.
From the fucking toilet, the Great Brettzky 99.
Excuse me, there's a guy up there who keeps screaming Ooka Booka. Could we switch seats?
Who's this guy who looks like Andre Chase, who just keeps talking about Andre Chase?
Talking about Hookah Boka on the shitter.
Wait.
Well, speaking of shitter, let's kick off with AEW.
That's a good transition, not the
There
fucking
we
Bob
go.
Saget
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, fucking
And
Bob Saget.
it's Wednesday night. You know what that means. We start
What does it
off
mean?
again the AEW Championship match. It's Hangman versus Bryan Danielson 2. Of course, Ceizar, Hangman's nameplate, as clever as always, hasn't won a match this year. Mark Henry, Jerry Lynn,
Facts.
and Big Show are the judges. Yeah, we needed
Who?
that.
Who?
Exactly. Bryan evaded Hangman. Interesting strategy. I guess he was, is this a point system or something? I was thinking. Hangman takes unnecessary risks that ended up with him hurting his own right arm. Target acquired by Danielson. Hangman tries to come back with offense of his own, but right before the commercial picture-in-picture, Hangman is busted open. Bryan just continues to dismantle Hangman during the break. Bryan with multiple headshots, just making sure Hangman dons that crimson mask. Hangman with the desperation Death Valley driver. They do that spot that's always uncomfortable to watch where they vertical suplex themselves over the top rope while hanging on to each other. After bouncing Bryan's head off a post and multiple headbutts of his own, Bryan is now busted open. Commercial picture-in-picture. Doctor's on Bryan. Hangman beating the blood out of Bryan now. Avalanche fall-away slam from Hangman to Bryan. Deadeye on the outside. Hangman about to hit the buckshot lariat, but Bryan collapses. Very smart. Roll up, then label lock applied in the middle of the ring. Hangman gets out and slingshots Bryan out of the ring. Bryan dodges a buckshot again and hits the knee for a 2 3/4. Headbutt City after this. Gotch pile driver gets a near fall. Pop up power bomb by Hangman. Multiple submissions by Bryan. Buckshot lariat lands. And Hangman retains. This match lasted 34 minutes and did not need the judges. I'm very curious to know Brettzky's thoughts on the second match, since he was such a massive fan. It got match of the year, by the way, from Brettzky. What did you think of the second face-off between Hangman and Bryan Danielson?
Well, I don't know why it wasn't the main event, first off.
Exactly.
Wasn't last time either.
It should have been.
Yeah, why? Like it. I understand giving other titles like a spotlight.
I don't think Danielson's been in a main event since joining AEW. He always wrestles like first.
Yeah. The Kenny match was first too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Like why? Just go on last. It's your world title. Like it was a great match.
Curtain tugger.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed the match. I think this was not as good as the first match by any means. I think it was still a phenomenal match. But it didn't live up to the hype of the first one, and it wasn't. Sure, the tag team guys are cool and all, but they could have been easily first. Jade and fucking Ruby should not have main evented at all, so don't even consider that. They should have been like second or semi-main, but give your world title the fucking main event. I mean, I will say the headbutts looked stupid. I understand they were protecting each other, and you don't want Bryan Danielson, whatever, to hurt himself doing headbutts. But if you're going to do headbutts, just go either full in or don't do a headbutt at all. But other than that, no, I think it was really good. I think that, the Crimson Mask stuff was a little unnecessary. The judges kind of pointless, realistically, in the end. I think it would have been a lot funnier if they had Max Caster and fucking Bowens as the judges, like they kept on talking about on Twitter, because they had the fucking outfits and everything, and it was really funny. But no, this should have been the main event. It was still a very, very, very good match. And the right guy won. But I'm interested to see where Bryan goes from here. But it's like I didn't want to watch the rest of the night, because like that was the really big thing that I wanted to watch for, was this match. And like once that ended, I was like, okay, I don't really need to pay attention. Like it took my energy out of the night, and I don't really care about the rest of the card.
Ceizar, me and Ceizar were joking. We were talking about this match in the chat, and I was saying, what is Paul White really writing down so intently on his fucking notes? Like, Paul White said, no. Ceizar, what did you think of the kickoff to Dynamite on TBS?
If this was going to be the outcome, why the fuck have 2 matches? Made no sense. Daniel Bryan could have lost the first match at the end of that hour-long match, and that would have been a perfect ending to a match. Like, to go from having a tie to this, so they both had to be all busted open and blood. Yeah, there's no point in the judges, because you knew they weren't wrestling another fucking hour. So there was no point to the judges, like Brettzky said. To me, it was dumb. It wasn't as good as the first match. They kind of just went through the motions just quicker. And this time, Hangman got the buckshot lariat off. That's all I got.
Stix, did you notice that when it came to bleeding, Brian gigged himself way harder than Hangman did? What were your thoughts on the kickoff to Dynamite on TBS?
I wholeheartedly agree with both Ceizar and Brettzky. I mean, this should have main evented. The first match was a little bit better than this one, but it was, you still could have, instead of going to a draw, you still could have had some fuck shit if you really wanted to have this match. I mean, I understand why they wanted to have this match with you moving over the TBS, but you still could have had, I mean, you could have started the show off with the TBS championship match if you really wanted to, or you could do a match. If you wouldn't have had the foreshadowing what happened in the tag team match towards the end. But this match was a little bit better than the first one, but with the outcome, you just didn't need to have the first one with this outcome. I mean, you could have. It was an okay match, but I just wouldn't have had it open up, and I would have had it go differently to get us here. But it was a good match for Hangman. Obviously, he was going to retain, and I mean, obviously, when they said there was going to be judges, you damn well know it's not going to go an hour. There was no need to have Big Show write down his fucking carry out order for his meal for the rest of the show. But it was a good match. I mean, it was a nice opener.
Mark Henry just drawing pictures and shit.
The next segment basically was just about a promo battle between MJF and CM Punk. It was MJF versus Captain Shawn Dean. Punk then comes out and chases MJF away. Punk attacks Shawn Dean. Shawn Dean wins by DQ, giving MJF an 0-1 record to kick off 2022. MJF says he makes Punk relevant. We get PG Punk chants. Says Roddy main evented at WrestleMania. Punk didn't. MJF says he'll main event a WrestleMania too if he's not treated right. Punk takes a shot at WrestleMania. And then we're gonna get Punk versus Wardlow next week. Stix, what were your thoughts on this back and forth between MJF and CM Punk? And hey, kudos to the captain.
Yeah, Captain gets a dub against the hottest guy in pro wrestling today. It makes me wonder if CM Punk is going to have a part in the breakup between Wardlow and MJF. Because with CM Punk coming out and basically causing the DQ win, does MJF try to do the same with him? And if he does that piss Wardlow off? And then do we get the full break from Wardlow from MJF? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with this. I mean, there's no way they're going to have CM Punk lose to Wardlow. I mean, we're going to get MJF versus CM Punk. Is this going to be? It's just going to be interesting to see how we get there and the road that we travel to get there. So,
I didn't even think about that, Stix. That would be fucking funny if MJF comes out and attacks Wardlow, giving CM Punk an 0-1 for 2022.
All you need to do is just chop him.
Ceizar
won't feel it.
What did you think of this whole segment? Were you a fan of it? Yay, nay? I know we know your thoughts on Punk, but what were your thoughts on this segment?
Who was in it?
Did I freeze? Oh,
you froze for a second. Who was in the segment?
MJF, Shawn,
Punk,
Captain.
No, and CM Punk, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's trash. Next case.
Brettzky, your thoughts on this segment? Were you a fan of the promo back and forth?
Well, I can't wait till they capitalize on this and Shawn Dean wins his next 10 matches on Dark.
Get that payout window, baby. Get that payout window.
He throws Cody for the TNT championship.
He's going to be the interim TNT champion. Fucking Shawn Dean is good. I said this, I think, last week. push Sean Dean. What are you doing? He's good. He's a fucking natural babyface. Why wouldn't you want to cheer him? He's got charisma. I don't know why
they're too busy hiring people and then pushing them.
Yeah, too busy pushing Jake Atlas
Oh,
for like 2 weeks. Who I was a fan of.
Punk.
But no, I am happy that they put Sean Dean in this spot. I mean, this is AEW's "Oh Captain, My Captain," if you will. But I'm happy they put him in the spot. I think it was very creative how they did this, and I liked the idea behind it of MJF like being so like the entire like fucking past 2-3 years. I'm undefeated. So it's like, okay, look at that, you're 0-1. I think it's really clever.
Mm-hmm.
And the promo and like it just always leads to a promo battle that eventually devolves into oh you want to go to WWE, or you were in WWE, so it's
just a shit on WWE thing is what it is,
right? I mean, like,
Punk's always gonna shit on.
I know. No.
Yeah, Punk's always gonna shit on WWE.
Yeah,
no
like the insults are clever and like well constructed and funny, whatever. But like it's the same thing that we saw in the beginning of AEW, especially in the beginning of the pandemic too, where like every week, like 5 times the show.
It's kind of becoming a cliche. It's becoming a cliche now.
Exactly. And it's like, because you know what's going to happen. Eventually, someone's going to mention WrestleMania, and then eventually Punk's going to be like, oh, well, Vince sucks in different ways. Like, there's ways to do it. Like Brian Nielsen coming out when he initially challenged Hangman the night after Hangman won the title. Like, I main evented WrestleMania and wrestled the very next day. That's not a shot. It's a great way to mention it. But we're devolving back into that same old shit that normal people complained about when way back when of every week it has to be 5 shots. Just be your own thing. Just do your own shit. It's like Cody bringing out the fucking sledgehammer and golden shovel and all that shit. Like just
golden shovel.
Just fucking just don't. I'm a fan of Punk. Like Punk was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day when he was having that legend, like that historic championship reign. Like fucking just let him be CM Punk. Let him do his thing. He's fine without the shots. And I'm sure this is what he wants to do. But just if you're Tony Khan, just like, listen, dude, calm the fuck down. Like MJF is doing a great job. Punk's doing a fine job. Whatever. Just don't. It just feels like school children. Just stop.
It's almost like a little brother. Like this is simple. It's like a sibling rivalry.
It is CM Punk, but just give us CM Punk without the fucking.
But no, I feel like that's CM Punk. That's not Con Man. Con Man ain't writing no script.
No, I'm saying like Con Man needs to tell him like, listen, dude. I create a.
You think some fuckboy with money is gonna tell CM Punk what to do when he's out there wrestling in the ring and he's giving him 20 minutes to cut fucking bullshit promos and talk about barbecue sauce?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Did you guys see the South Park where they were trying to? It was about the cable company, and they wanted them to stop showing murder porn, and they went up and they go, "Hi, we would like to drop these episodes." Did you see that one, Ceizar? And the cable guy was sitting behind the desk going, "Oh, I don't know if we can do that." He started his nipples. That's Tony Skeets whenever Punk goes out there and cuts a fucking anti-WWE promo. He's just sitting back. I'll send it to you, Ceizar. It's fucking hilarious. But fucking Tony Skeets is the cable guy in the back going, "Oh, I don't know if we can do that."
I saw a great review online of like the promo segment, and the guy wrote something like and the guy was like shitting on like the things that we shit on with AEW, which was nice to see. But he was like, yeah, and Punk said this line about main eventing a one night of a 4-night extravaganza, and it got a bunch of oohs from the crowd, the same crowd who will in fact be watching nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania in about 2 months.
Exactly. Okay, up next,
Brett froze. Brett froze with his face. Look at it. Froze with that face.
He has that smile on his face because he knows I'm about to talk about 2.0.
Yeah, look, that shit-eating grin.
Jericho comes out. Jericho is mad at 2.0. 2.0 come out. Jericho calls Matt Lee a squarehead. Some dude in the crowd wearing a box on his head. Calls the other guy a pinhead. Gets Floyd. Danny Garcia tries to attack 3-on-1. Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston for the save. But Ceizar, the big story wasn't the attack. The big story that everybody was talking about after this Jericho segment was the fact that Jericho had some gnarly shoe polish on the front of his fucking dome. Apparently, his Just for Men didn't dry out. Ceizar, what did you think of this segment with Jericho and 2.0?
Somebody wrote on Twitter, Jericho got a very WWE-esque bad promo. Like, the egghead, squarehead. Like, this is some definitely like when Raw was shit. Yeah, like when Raw was some shit. WWE promo. It was always shit. I digress. I was like, yeah, what? Egghead, squarehead. What, just hit this bitch and let's get on to business. But yeah, it was whatever. I understand he's coming back. He's got beef. We all know Eddie Kingston's got beef, so I guess they're just gonna hate each other. So maybe involve into a tag team, or Eddie Kingston's just gonna kill that one cracker, Daniel Garcia. Yeah, whatever his name is, Cracker Jack. Sure, but it was all right.
Stix, do you think Jericho was trying very desperately to get the attention off his fucking Just for Men not drying? He was calling 2.0 whatever he could to, especially that dude in the crowd with the box. I got to give it up to that guy. That was funny. But what did you think of this?
I think that's Kip Sabian, because I think if I remember right, they showed some parts, and I think he's got a T-shirt out where he's wearing a box. It used to be a box, but then I think it was a paper sack. I think that might be Kip Sabian, because he was the one that on his paper sack had like either overrated or underrated. He had a bunch of stuff written on it.
Oh wow! Did you like the segment?
It's not too bad. I mean, I think we're slow rolling to get Jericho back in the ring to either be with Santino and Ortiz versus 2.0 and Danny Garcia, or we're going to get all four of those guys and they'll throw somebody from AEW Dark or Dark Elevation to join 2.0 and Danny Garcia to help face all four of these guys. I mean, we're just slow rolling to get to Jericho back in the ring.
Well, I know Brettzky, as soon as I mentioned 2.0, I had to run to the bathroom and rub one out. But Brettzky, did you see any of the online hate that Jericho got? I mean, not only for his Just for Men not drying, but somebody posted like a funny meme that said, "We don't want you here. Nobody wants you here." Bro. They were hating all over Jericho on Twitter after that episode aired. But what were your thoughts on your boys 2.0 roughing up Le Champion?
I thought this was great. I don't understand the hate to Jericho. Like, he's doing some weird, like, goofy shit, but like, people are just complaining for the sake of complaining. I think like people were complaining after he had that promo on Paige Van Zant where he talked about basically them running a train on her, and they're like, "Oh, that's misogynistic." Like,
but it's true though.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. They were also trolling him because his wife was at the Trump rally. His wife's a Trumper.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, that means she deserves it. That's not Jericho's fault.
Just fucking leave people alone.
They're Twitter trolls. That's what they do.
Yeah. Whatever. It's just their personal lives. Fucking let them live how they want to live. Not hurting anyone. But
Brett takes off his Trump hat anyway.
Yeah. Let me put this Trump
excuse
hat.
Me.
Let me dust it off. It's January 8th. They all forgot about the 6th now. Let me dust this hat off.
Good Lord. But no, I thought this is nice. I mean, get 2.0 and Danny Garcia some shine and some screen time, and it furthers the feud of Jericho and Eddie. Or they call it a feud, whatever it is. Someone pointed out, and I thought it was a good point. Like, why were Hager and like fucking Sammy not there? Like, Santana and Ortiz were only there because of fucking Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand you're in a stable and you want to like separate shit, but like, why wouldn't you have stablemates with you if you have three guys on one? Like,
Sammy's in the Dark Order now because he's banging Tay Conti.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, he left.
Sammy should
I don't know where Hager's just banging South Black.
Sammy should go fucking full Eddie Guerrero sleazeball heel at this point. Like, it's so easy to do it.
Yeah, he needs to go back heel, be a douche, talking about patting that ass.
But no, I think this is nice. I mean, it led to the match on Rampage, which we probably will get to, which I enjoyed greatly. But no, I thought it was really cool. I mean, get 2.0 a big shine. They've been getting big shine in AEW since they've gotten there, which I was surprised at, but they are. And yeah, no, I thought everything by the segment was enjoyable. Jericho's back, and just a couple of trolls online hating it, but I think most people enjoy it. Like, it's Jericho. I can not like Jericho.
Up next, they mentioned that Jake Atlas Master is all elite. Adam Cole wants to face Jake. Ass Blaster. TV cutout for some reason. Wardlow versus Frosted Tips Jobber. Sean Spears attacks Jobber and tosses him in the ring. The powerbomb
He gave a
symphony,
C4.
which was coined by Tony Schiavone. I like it. Powerbomb symphony
Schiavone.
for the win. We get the TBS championship match. It's that bitch. Jade Cargill versus Ruby Soho. Ruby controlled the match in the beginning, but delivered a shotgun dropkick to Jade off of the apron and landed hard on her own back on the outside. While Ruby is laying on the outside, Mercedes Martinez comes out to linger over her. Thunder Rosa fights my girl Eminem out of the arena. Jade dominates through the commercial picture-in-picture. Ruby's left shoulder is bugging her. Jade busts out a shoulder breaker and a pump kick, getting a 2.5. Smart Mark gets tossed out. Ruby almost wins with the no future kick. That's what that bitch calls it. Second rope Jaded wins the match, and she becomes the first ever TBS champion in front of her daughter. That move was so sloppy, but I digress. Serena D wants to hurt Shida. The professor has a PhD in this shit. Serena looking like a burnt hot dog with way too much damn makeup on.
Facts.
Malachi Black versus Brian Pillman Jr. This match actually gets a picture-in-picture. Why? I said, why am I taking notes? Malachi gonna spit and kick and pin. Brian Pillman Jr. fell off the top rope. I still don't know why. Kick win. The Lucha Bros come out. The lights go out. Malachi escapes. Ruby Soho's interview interrupted by the doctor and company. Ruby gets attacked. Riho for the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I stopped caring. Okay, Brett, let's talk about the TBS championship match. It's that bitch Jade Cargill versus Ruby Soho. A new and first champion was crowned. Your thoughts, sir?
Who
Watching Battle of the Scumbags. Battle of the Scumbags.
Fucking Ceizar. First, I would like to say, Wardlow showing more signs of a face turn, whatever. It's the That Bitch Show championship. It used the correct terminology. I mean, this just showed that Ruby Soho isn't as good as people say because she couldn't carry the match. And don't get me wrong, I'm a fan. We've all always been fans of Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho, whatever. But don't come at me like, oh, she's the best female wrestler in the world, because she, you at least be able to carry it a little bit. So whatever. I'm a fan of Jade. Jade really grew on me, and I think smart Mark Sterling is a great addition with her. And I've said that in the past. The match wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm a fan of Jade. I think that this is. I mean, if they're going the way they're going with her, I mean, I feel like it's okay. Get her some shine, get her some TV time. Don't let her waste away, get an undefeated dark streak, and then have her come on TV for 3 weeks, lose to Britt Baker, and then go back to dark and have another undefeated streak, and then lose to Britt Baker again in another 2 months. But no, I'm a fan of her character work. She's one of the few true character workers they have, and she's learning and she's trying to get better. Brandon Phillips is her boyfriend, apparently. A great baseball player, big fan of Brandon Phillips. So that was cool to see Brandon Phillips in the crowd, but that was a highlight for me. And then what was next? Fucking
Ceizar's black. You don't know baseball. Carry on.
Yeah. It's all Puerto Rocks and Negras anyway. Only white people have her pictures, bro.
He's like what, a second baseman, shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds?
Yeah, I think second base. Yeah.
It was Malachi and Brian Pillman. You don't have.
Yeah, who cares? I like how Julia Hart's wearing the fucking eye patch a month and a half after it happened.
Yeah, got that black.
I thought she was gonna jump ship. I thought she was gonna trade sides right there. After
he was gonna join the House of Black with her.
Yeah, I thought she was. I thought Buffy was about to go to the dark side.
In that House of Black.
She already banging out some. Was she already banging out what? Big Shot
Lee.
Yeah,
and she already got some black up in her.
She got an eye patch on because she took a big shot.
Ooh.
Ceizar, do you think the Ruby Soho Jade Cargill match was a victim of lack of chemistry? It kind of showed. Do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Brettzky a little bit. I mean, is that where we're drawing the line? If you're not really a great wrestler, if you can't carry somebody, because Jade is still new, she's still green. She's not seasoned. Yeah, I think you can still. Yeah, maybe that does differentiate between good and great.
I'm not saying she's not great. I'm not saying she's not good. Like she's incredibly good.
Yeah.
But I feel
like she can't carry a match. Like I get that. Like
it's like AJ Styles. It's like Kyle O'Reilly got a good match out of Von Wagner.
Yeah. Like Charlotte could wrestle a trash bag and it'd probably still be like 4 stars on any given night. Right. Yeah, we get it. There's some people can carry, some people can't. But
unless it's Nia. Nia is the trash bag.
And she wears one too.
That's right.
She does. She sucks in all the juices.
Hefty.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, this was just Watchamania like everywhere, but like it was mostly Jade. So I mean, I can't fault it. I mean, like Jade was fucking up. I mean, maybe the pressure was getting to her, because she knew she was gonna get the title and try to go in there, and she was main eventing. Maybe it just got to her and she fucked it all up. Because I mean, her match with Thunder Rosa was better than this. Leading up to this match,
Thunder Rosa is great.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa is great. You're correct, sir. Circle gets the square. Yeah. So I don't know, but fucking the best part about the Malachi Black shit was they came out for the save at the top of the ramp and Malachi's at the bottom. Then they switched. So you just tell me 2 people can't find one person when they ran up the ramp past each other? Like, what, this nigga got powers? Is that what we're doing?
Mystical powers.
If this motherfucker got powers, I'm gonna start fucking with the trolls because now you're going back into WWE territory. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be all about wrestling. But Malachi Black got powers. He skeets some black juice in your eye, and your eyes fucked up for a month and a half. And then you can't find this cracker in the dark. Was he Batman? This motherfucker like bataranged his ass up the ramp, and then just you couldn't find him.
Comes out with a smoke bomb next week.
Yeah, I'm saying. That shit was just funny to me. I'm like, oh, this cracker got powers. We're doing that now. Are we back on that? Undertaker retired. Nobody has powers anymore. No Kane, no Taker. Everybody just wrestles. Nobody's got powers no more. Now Malachi Black got powers again.
Next week we're gonna get the creaky table. He's gonna come up from out of the ramp. up there. We're gonna get that creaky table next week.
The Druids are gonna carry his ass out.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stix, your thoughts on That Bitch Show championship match?
There you go.
There we go.
This is what you have happen when you're essentially having her learn as you go on TV. I mean, she has. I'm assuming that they think that she has an it factor, which she's good.
Yeah,
but,
a shit factor. No,
I mean, she's literally learning as she goes with this. You're throwing a title on her, and you're throwing her in these decently high-profile matches on TV. I mean, this should have probably opened up the show.
Yeah,
and you're gonna get this from her. I mean, she's gonna have a good match, but then she's probably gonna have a shitty match. And you were just hoping that she would have had a good match in this title match, but she's got a bright future. I mean, I like how they've got it. They've got smart Mark Sterling with her so he can be sort of her mouthpiece, and she's That Bitch Show on the Bitch Show channel. So, I mean, she's got the title, she's on the channel, and she's got the markability that I'm pretty sure their TBS will probably start doing at some point. But it was just not that great of a match. It probably should open the show.
I agree with all you gentlemen. Up next is a match that was very fucked up. It was the main event for the AEW Tag Team Championships. It was the Lucha Bros versus Jurassic Express. Awesomely weird double arm drag sequence by Jungle Boy and Rey Fenix to Luchasaurus and Penta. This was incredible tag team action in this main event, like you already suspected. The Lucha Bros dominate through commercial picture-in-picture. Business picks up when Luchasaurus is tagged in. Luchas take him down, though. Luchasaurus keeps adjusting his mask. I thought that was funny. Jungle Boy leaps over Luchasaurus and hits a Canadian Destroyer on Phoenix. Phoenix hits one on Luchasaurus. Crowd is loving this. The lights go out. Nothing happened. Corkscrew plancha from Phoenix out of the ring onto Luchasaurus. Penta with elevated pedigree to Jungle Boy on the apron, plus a fear factor, and Jungle Boy, that cracker kicked out. Alex sets up a table on the outside. He's all worked up for some reason. That dude got his pantaloons and a twist.
That motherfucker be taking lines of coke like New Jack boy comes up.
Christian Chase, he got that the cocaine cowboys from NXT.
You know it.
Yes.
Hanging
out with Raul Mendoza on the side.
I get a little bump before he comes out. He's like,
Christian.
says.
Christian chases his ass away. This is where things got horrific. Luchasaurus chokeslams Phoenix through the table, off the apron, to the outside of the ring. I guess Luchasaurus hurt his ribs somehow. I was looking at Luchasaurus because the camera wasn't really fixated on what really happened. Jungle Boy counters Penna's package pile driver into pin for the win. Jurassic Express are the new tag team champions. Jungle Boy's mom and his sis are in the crowd crying. The locker room empties out onto the ramp. Jericho claps on camera. Malachi beaten off in the stands as well. Apparently, Ray Phoenix dislocated his fucking elbow. Not broken. It was just badly dislocated. I kept searching the updates, but that was fucking gnarly. These dudes... Lucha Bros are my favorite tag teams, everybody knows, but it seems like every 2 or 3 months one of them's injured because they go
usually Phoenix,
pun intended. These motherfuckers Phoenix. Go all out in every match. The Lucha Bros, they put everything on the line every time they go in there. Maybe AEW recognize that. They're like, fuck it, give them the belts at all out when it happened. They're a great tag team. They just they give it 110%. And like Taz has said for the past 20 years, this isn't ballet. And it shows. We wish Ray Phoenix, well wishes. Hopefully he heals. Everything goes fine. Phoenix will come back and then get injured again in the next 3 months. But other than that, this match was okay. I liked it. I was just nervous for everybody in the match because these motherfuckers are going to kill each other to put on a great main event. It was a great main event. It was just unfortunate that Phoenix was injured. I'll start with Stixy Drip. Your thoughts on the main event, the tag team championship match.
This was a good match. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less out of these two teams. I guess I would have thought maybe knowing before the ending, before the injury and the ending, I would have thought maybe Lucha Bros would have had a little bit of a longer title reign, but I can understand. I mean, Jungle Boy's got some momentum, and Jurassic Express they have some momentum. So, and obviously with Ray Phoenix getting hurt, it's probably a good thing that they did lose because now he can rehab without them having to give up the titles or having to do another interim title match.
Yeah, but
it was a good match. I mean, congratulations to Jurassic Express, and look forward to seeing how long their title reign is and who they will fight in the matches that they will have going forward.
And it was kind of cool seeing Christian like a proud sensei. Like he was hugging him and he like kissed both of them on the forehead. He was all proud.
If you go back and watch it when they come down the ramp, Christian's just like, when he grabbed Jungle Boy, this is your fucking night. I'm like, yeah, this nigga had some cocaine too. Is he back there with Alex chopping it up? Get a cup of coffee?
Stix kind of mentioned it like it's a good thing that they lost because they might have done some interim bullshit. But Brettzky, if they had won this match, they would have had to have surrendered. I think they would have surrendered him probably.
Oh yeah.
This is bad news for Phoenix, possibly good news for Penta. Maybe he'll get a singles push, but they're just gonna pair him with Eddie and have them be a tag team or something. But Brettzky, your thoughts on the main event of that bitch show's Dynamite?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I mean, hopefully Luchasaurus is okay, and hopefully, obviously we hope Penta and Phoenix can come back as whether it's a tag team or not, and hopefully Phoenix heals up and gets okay. But I will say, I think I have a theory as to why Jungle Boy was kicking out so much. And it's based on what we were, we talked about this last week, the week before, how, and we've talked about this in the chat, that definitely there's fucking 3-ways with Sammy, Ty Conti, and Anna Jay. I bet you Anna was
showing him nudes right before the match.
No, right before the match, she said, hey, JB, you want that 3-way with me and Ty? You got to fucking bring that title home.
And
I want you to dislocate Ray Phoenix's elbow. No.
She goes, and you get anal.
Yeah.
He was like, what? sitting Jungle Boy through a fucking wall.
Yeah, that was stronger than the cocaine. That's what that was.
That's how that was. The heroin butt meat.
But no, it was a good match.
Ceizar, you really had to drop the name of the episode this early.
Heroin butt meat.
Heroin butt.
Oh my god! But
Either that or cocaine butt meat, because we have mentioned cocaine like sometimes.
It was good. It was a good match. The Malachi Black stuff was just stupid.
But he got powers.
Yeah, as Ceizar just so eloquently put it. And him just sitting in a skybox at the end, like, why? How did he fucking teleport up there too? Like,
who paid for that? Did he pay for that? What that scene?
This is not the first time they're doing powers.
The
Remember,
House of Black has their own section in that stadium.
Yeah, the House of Black suite.
Zelina was blowing him while he was watching the fucking.
I was just gonna say, all of a sudden, like Zelina gets up from under the couch. Goes, oh shit, we're on TV. Fucking goes.
You
back.
see a queen's crown going up and down.
Yeah, that's what happens when that's what happens when she tweets him news. Like, look, Corey said I could take Carmella with me for the weekend. Now, if you want this threesome, you
better teleport up to the skybox right now.
Teleport up to this suite and get some powers.
No, but it was good. I mean, good for Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I hopefully they have a decent reign. I think Jungle Boy should focus more on being a singles wrestler, and should break away from the Luchasaurus stuff. But
I think that's why they did this now. So that he can focus on that.
And you can't have him lose. You can't have him lose. You just kill all of his momentum, which I'm surprised they actually didn't kill all of his momentum because they kind of done that in the past. But no, this was a very fun match. Speedy recovery to Phoenix, and if Luchasaurus is hurt badly enough, and to him as well. But great main event.
Get that crack of some tequila. He'll be right back, Nick.
Your thoughts on the heroin butt meat main event?
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. Yeah, everybody got their shit in. We got some tables, we got some fuckery, we got some cocaine, Alex on the outside, and Jungle Boy getting that butt meat. He probably wore that thing out, boy, or she probably wore him out. She probably wore his ass out. Well, he got that belt home. He's hitting it from the back with the belt on, doing American Psycho in the mirror.
And he was singing it too. He was like, whoa,
yeah. Yells that shit out. He's hitting it from the back.
Fucked him so hard, his hair straightened.
Yeah, he just fucking goes, oh.
Yeah, they probably on some white people shit too. They let the dog watch.
Oh.
I said it.
They let Marco watch.
He's in the corner with the dog.
He's at the foot of the bed.
Yeah. Staring up at it.
I have next.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cut that cocaine up, motherfucker. We need another belt.
Get the chopping, bitch.
Cut that shit up on that tag team championship belt, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Pass that thing over here.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a good match. I was surprised, Lucha Bros. I didn't think they were gonna put the belts on Jungle Boy then, but Christian's been holding it hard. I mean, unless you're an EVP, you only get like a 3-month reign unless you're an EVP. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give them belts up quick. Only EVPs get like 9-10 month reigns in AT Dub. So
and if they fucking lose it, they get become 3-time champs in like a year.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's EVP, man. They just win titles whenever they want, man. They just come back in, win a title, go about their business. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. When is old Drunky getting out of thing? I mean, isn't he supposed to be back like DDT and motherfuckers? Right, sauce boss.
The next special they have on TV, he'll show up.
Oh, this was fresh out the
him and Renee are doing a cooking show on TBS.
Yeah, probably cooking with wine, drunk ass bitch.
Meals with mom.
But no, I thought it was all right. I thought it was a good match in the show. It should have been I'm fine with this being the main event because it's a title change. But yeah,
should have opened the show, in my opinion.
I think me and Stix might have been the only ones to watch Rampage. So
no, I watched it.
Oh,
I watched the main event.
Okay.
I was watching the main event before this, and now I'm watching Battle of the Hose.
Kicking off, we have Jericho is on commentary for Rampage, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Adam Cole Bebe versus Jake Atlas, who is elite.
Ass blaster.
I said when this match started, I was having flashbacks to the Bowens match, and I said, God, I hope they don't have the audience mic'd for this one. Because Jake is way more flamboyant when he's in AEW. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, yeah, because he can be super gay because they already got Sunny Kiss.
Fucking sparkly turtleneck and telling Cole to talk to the hand. It's a gay. Crowd was given giant heads of the Go Big Show judges. Very distracting. Picture in picture, Cole in full control. Crowd chanting DMD, DMD. Atlas putting up a fight, delivers a Claymore and a suplex powerbomb variant. Gets a 2.5. Cole making Jake look very good, but of course, Cole wins by submission. Atlas messed up his left knee. Earlier in the match, Red Dragon comes to the ring. Orange Cassidy armed with a chain and the best friends for the save. I guess due to medical issues, Dustin is replacing Cody as TNT champ, interim champ, to face Sammy at Battle of the Belts. That announcement was made. Stix, what did you think of the kickoff to Rampage?
It was nice that they gave Jake Ass Blaster 5 minutes of fame with Adam Cole.
Baby.
I mean, this, I didn't understand it. I mean, it's like as soon as he found out he was all elite, Adam Cole's like, oh, you're all elite? Well, you'll find out what it means to be all elite when we have a match on Friday. It's like, I would rather seen Adam Cole take on somebody different, but hey, I mean, congratulations to Jake Atlas for having a good match and actually being able to be, I guess, quote unquote, himself in AEW instead of what they were having him be in NXT. But I mean, it was Adam Cole. I mean, he made Jake Atlas look good and he got the win. So good job for Adam Cole and a great win.
Well, Adam, Jake Atlas is out of the closet. It looked like Adam Cole was peeking in the closet. Ceizar, what did you think of the kickoff match to Rampage? And
hold on. Hit that shit, Ricky. Oh. All right, sorry. Ricky Starks is fighting Matt Sydal. He was literally by hitting the pose. You know I gotta watch my man Ricky when he hits that pose on top of the ramp with the title. Damn, Ricky's so good. Anyway, sorry. What are you saying?
Jake Atlas versus Adam Cole, baby.
Don't nobody give a shit about no fruit booty. Adam Cole was gonna get that dub. He's number one. He's number one in men's singles because he is undefeated in singles, not in tag matches, but in singles. We got CM Trash, who's still undefeated. We got Adam Cole, baby, who's undefeated. Ain't nobody seen Miro. He's like redeeming his nuts or something. But he only has one loss technically. I guess if he came back and had a match, he'd be ranked. But, this is what happens when you put ranks and dumb shit on television all the time. Crackers just, see that shit and want title shots. But yeah, Adam Cole came out there and whooped that ass. There's nothing but slight work for Adam Cole. Adam Cole was going to the pay window. We all know he was going to the pay window. Jake's going to go, I don't know, bang Sunny Kiss on Stark if that's his thing. I don't know.
Oh,
I said it again. I said it again.
Up next, we get the always impressive Hook. Send Hook to take on Aaron Solo.
Send it Hook.
Hook always impressive. The crowd loves him. With the help of QT, Solo actually gets some offense in. We don't usually see people get any offense in on Hook. Red Rum ends it. Hook takes out QT as well, doing the Lord's work.
The Lord's work. It won't even Sunday.
Ricky versus Matt Sydal, which is where Ceizar is right now. It's going to happen at Battle of the Belts. But before we move on, Stix, Hook. I mean, this dude can do no wrong. He might be the only guy at the moment that AEW is doing right. Hook. Send Hook. Taz has got to be throwing in his 2 cents whenever they book him. But what did you think of him versus Aaron Solo?
I thought it was a good match. They had Aaron Solo get a little bit more offense in than his other opponents, which is good because I mean you really don't want to have Hook you don't want to have some one-way match. Like just be completely dominant and then just squash a guy. I mean, at some point when he does face somebody that has somewhat of a name, you're gonna want that person's gonna need to get some offense in. But he's the bright spot of all of AEW outside of MJF. I mean, they're slow building him. But they're doing it on TV, which is a good thing. The fans are way behind him. I mean, he's got the the jetpack on him. So hopefully they continue to do this, and he's got a bright future in AEW. And I would hope that Tony Khan, man, the greatest booker on God's green earth, I would hope that he would be smart enough with this guy. But I'm still a little worried with him, with Tony Khan. But as of right now, they're doing the right thing with him.
Well,
Tony books the shows anyway.
Ceizar, breaking news, by the way. Murder Hawk tweeted, "When I fully heal and return, for the love of God, please send Hook." Very odd message. Maybe he's thirsty. But Ceizar, what do you think of this Hook versus Aaron solo match?
Murder Hawk still wrestles for AEW?
ATW.
All right. I know. I thought nigga got future endeavor like Brian Cage or something.
I know you're sore because of Jake the Snake, but put your feelings aside. Come on now, Ceizar. Come on now.
No, drunk ass Jake Snake with Murdoch, beating off in the background, fucking, it was entertaining. I just didn't know I didn't even know he was in.
Jake the Snake with his Roman Reigns teeth.
What he drop a weight on his foot in the gym? Hurt himself? I don't know how he got injured. I don't never see a crack and wrestle. But no, oh yeah, I like Hook. He gets down to business. The fact that he's getting over with no promos. He comes out there.
Why does it do that to Ceizar's mic?
It's only ever Ceizar.
Why does
what?
Ceizar? Why does your mic do that to you? I can't hear you.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay. You start talking and then it drifts away, and you would just see you going.
Obviously, I can't hear the mic, so I just hear myself talking.
I don't know why your mic does that to you.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. It's probably because it's part of the computer. I was thinking about getting a mic anyway. Or
Get your Burger King headset like Stix.
True. But no, I mean, yeah, Hook gets over with no promos. He just walks to the ring, doesn't do any like he just looks like a creative wrestler when you're just walking into the ring.
His hair.
With his hair all, yeah, you heard Taz, don't touch the hair. Oh, was it Jericho? I think Jericho was saying don't touch the hair. Yeah, motherfucker just walks to the ring, gets in it, whoops your monkey ass, gets out the ring, walks away. Like, it's just, yeah, cold-blooded. Yeah, what was Jericho saying? His heartbeat doesn't get over like 80 in the ring, I'm pretty sure. Like his pulse doesn't get over 80. Motherfucker just in there, coming in there to do work, do dirt, beat some people up, and then goes to the pay window and gets a check. I ain't mad at it. It works. I like Hook.
Brett, you did not see it. However, I want to know your prediction here. I want you to future book a match. Tell me how it would go if Hook faced Murder Hawk. What do you think would happen?
Probably Jake the Snake would get up on the apron and fucking Taz would interfere, and Archer would get all distracted, like, "Hey, Cole, what are you doing? It's Jake Roberts," and then Hook would fucking roll him up.
Well, I think Hook would lock in the red one, but I know, I see where you're coming from. Up next, we get Ruby Soho and Riho versus the Doctor and Hater. Rebel, not Reba, pulls out Ruby and attacks her before match.
Good shit.
Thank you, Rebel. Thank you, Rebel. Thank you. I love you, Rebel. Okay. Good Lord, my eyes are glued to Hater's booty.
There we go.
And
There
this
we go.
ain't the
He's
Mangria talking good loader. Them
Throwing
trunks.
fucking flip flops and Broncos in the background.
Yeah, he's
Them
back.
trunks. Jericho says, by the way, Jericho says Riho has Jackie Chan like maneuvers. Do you remember when Jerry the King Lawler, he said something about Tozawa and ramen or something? Like he got all Jericho says she has Jackie Chan maneuvers, doesn't get no fucking hate. Whatever.
Well, he got hate for his Just for Men on Wednesday.
That's true. Riho with the world's most deadliest move picks up the win. It was a weak ass pin too. She kept like bouncing up and down on Hater.
Because she's fucking 20 pounds.
Anyway, Hater accidentally clocked the Doctor.
Hater to bounce up and down on me.
Dan Lambert hating on Cody and Bambi Rhodes. Scorpio Sky deserves a TNT title shot. They said it, and I agree. Then we get the Mark Henry split screen shit. Yes. Eddie ain't having it. 2.0 and Danny run their mouths. Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie find them and attack. But before we get to the main event, we will go to Ceizar. It's Ruby Soho and Riho versus the Doctor and Hater. What'd you think?
Yeah, I'll spike his ass.
Yeah, it was an all right
Hold on,
match.
I'm halfway done with the match.
Yeah, watching Ricky do his thing. No, it was what it was. They needed momentum. Give Ruby a win for selling the Jade. Keep the streak alive with Riho always beating the Doctor for their matches at the Battle of the Hose. And
Not to
yeah,
call
it was
him
just
Mr. Ho. No.
yeah, not to call them hoes no bitches and whatnot. And then yeah, the only thing that's funny about the Mark Henry piece is like how actually far apart they were. Because you could just tell they just kept trying to say the same thing over and over. Like Brettzky, if you watch it back, it's funny because like 2.0 and Danny Garcia just kept saying the same thing over and over like 3 or 4 times.
You got
And
nothing
Eddie
to
and then
say.
comes in.
You guys have
Yeah.
nothing to say.
Yeah.
Can you
Yo,
believe
we
this? These
keep
guys have
beating
nothing
you.
to say.
Yeah, I keep beating you. I'm gonna keep beating you and keep beating you and keep beating you and keep beating you. Go. Like
Now
it was
fucking
just like,
Matt Lee going, you talking about tights, suck my ass.
like, man, are they really across the arena from each other? Like, y'all couldn't have done this in like closer hallways that are still far apart. Like, even if you were about to fight, you have to come out like the same tunnel, which is near each other. Like, why are they like 10 minutes apart that these motherfuckers ran out of shit to say? They were ready to fight.
Oh, Mark Henry's on the side is going,
Yeah. He goes, well, they
With the
fighting
mic.
already, so it's time for the main event.
Nyla Rose supposed to put a tweet out. Nyla Rose, I will say, Nyla Rose on Twitter is great. For as bad as she is in the ring, she's hilarious on Twitter. But she fucking put a side by side of like that picture. It's so funny. Just like it's like the fucking picture, like the split screen of all 6 of those just fucking beating the fuck out of each other on the split screen. Then Mark Henry just frozen.
I'm gonna look this shit up right now.
Stixy Drip Drip, it's Ruby and Riho versus the Doctor and Jamie Hater, but loving that booty. What'd you think of the match?
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match. I mean, obviously, Ruby and Riho were going to get the win. So that way, Ruby could pick up some momentum after the loss. Riho would continue to have momentum going into her match with the Doctor. And they continued to show the cracks in the foundation between Britt and Jamie. So it was a good match. And I still just can't get behind Riho. I mean, for all that they say about her and hype her up, I just can't. But hey, I'm not in AEW. I guess I don't see what she does or what she has done. So, but all in all, it was a good match.
Riho sucks Kenny Omega Man's dick. That's why she's up there, and that's what she does. The main event of Rampage is Santana Ortiz and Eddie, your mother, versus 2.0 and Danny Garcia in a street fight. Eddie losing his mind on a trash can at the start of the match, shoves it in between Danny's legs and kicks it. Mayhem happening all over the place. Magic Matt Lee, why'd they call him that? Santana uses Burt Kreischer cutout to attack. Commercial picture-in-picture, just an all-out brawl all over and outside the ring. It looks like Tony Skeet says, hey guys, can you go out there and kill 20 minutes? Danny Garcia all over Eddie's ankle. Santana and Ortiz with great teamwork stunner. Eddie slipped on a spilt beer outside. I didn't see that, but I guess they said it. Matt Lee with a powder attack to Ortiz's eyes. Danny, I thought of Fuji. Shout out to Fuji. Big ups, Fuji. And Stallion Pete, you're dead, right? Danny with the ring bell just clocks Eddie in the head. Eddie put through a table. Parker with the Yambag Jones shot to Ortiz. Multiple attacks to Parker by Santana and Ortiz. Gets the win for Team Eddie. They tape Eddie to the ropes. Jericho for the save. Eddie eventually breaks out of the tape. Side note, SmackDown was after this for me. And what a coincidence. Street fight, tag team match. They broke out the duct tape and they taped Xavier to the ropes in a street fight.
I seen it.
Okay, sorry, I digress. Brettzky, what were your thoughts on the main event street fight?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was nice, and I feel like the one issue with 2.0's booking to this point is them. It's like they'll be part of a feud, and you'll think it's about them, but really there's kind of like a middleman to extend the real feud. You know what I mean? It's like with Darby when they were feuding with fucking Mox and Eddie. It was to further Mox and Eddie and Darby and Sting and all that other shit. So I feel like that's the only problem. But I think this is a very fun match. Fucking Eddie just saying fuck it and attacking them in the middle of their promo.
Eddie never waits around for Mark Henry.
Yeah, exactly.
He always wants to
does
fight.
not give a fuck.
Doesn't.
And then the stuff at the end with Jericho and Eddie and that dynamic was really good. I thought it was, the Burt Kreischer head was funny, and he got Burt Kreischer to retweet it, so got some more eyes on the product. But no, yeah, Magic Matt Lee was weird, but Eddie slipping on beer is hilarious to me. It's just stupid. But no, I think it was fun. It was just like a nice little knock down, drag them out street fight. Just a lot of fun. Just six guys beating the shit out of each other. What more can you ask for?
Ceizar the Mayhem at the end of Rampage. Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, Eddie Kingston, the GOAT. He don't give a fuck. He's gonna go out there and whoop somebody's ass. Your mother. Yeah, he gonna whoop somebody's ass and say your mother. They ain't gonna hit some bitches with some trash can. What did Taz say about the trash can? Taz and Jericho. Oh yeah, that trash can hurts worse when it's already been crumpled.
It could cut you. It could cut you.
You don't know when the hit's coming from. Top of your head. It'll cut you. Yeah, man, that trash can is worse. Crackers having war stories about trash cans during the middle of the match. Fucking yeah, no, it was good. Fuck shit match at the end of the day. They won, and then Kingston gets duct taped, and then he just kind of like rips it off after Jericho saves him. So in theory, he could have just ripped it off at any time because of duct tape. Yeah, but yeah, it's whatever. Your mother and them got to win over them hoes. I don't know if the feud keeps going or not, but yeah, good old fuck shit at the end of Rampage. Can't be too mad at it.
Quick tangent here. Ceizar, are you sick?
No.
You keep sniffing.
Yeah, man, I'm doing cocaine. What do you expect?
Share the wealth. Share
you want me mail cocaine?
Yeah,
he probably got it from you.
No, I only send them championship belts. Stix, I don't care what they say about the trash can. It has nothing on the cookie sheet. But
it's the weather out here, man. It was like 30 yesterday. Now it's like 69 today.
69.
Yeah. Long boy style.
So in case you guys don't get the joke.
Fucking A.
Stix, your thoughts on the main event of Rampage?
This was a good match. 6 guys with pretty much anything goes. Use whatever the fuck you want and go out there and have a match for 10, 20 minutes. And it was a good match. I mean, 2.0, they're good in the ring and they're also good on the mic. And that's a good tag team to have. It allows to have them stay relevant. And AEW's done a good job with them doing that. They're either on Dynamite or on Rampage. If they're not wrestling, they're always cutting a promo. They do a good job on their promos. They do a good job in ring. And they did a good job in this match. I mean, they are a team that you could see that if they wanted to get behind them, they could wrestle for the tag team championships. Daniel Garcia, he's a good guy. 2.0 is a good team to have with him to be the mouthpieces for him. And I mean, with Eddie Kingston, I mean, come on, you know what you're getting with your mother.
Your mother.
The guy is a goat. And Santana and Ortiz are a tag team that they need to be up there in that tag team title picture. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Santana Ortiz and 2.0 wrestling for a tag team championship somewhere down the road. I mean, that'd be a good match. But all in all, this was a good match, and it was a good way to have Rampage in.
Agreed, sir. We'll have a light dusting of Battle of the Belts. I didn't take notes. I'm going by memory.
Didn't watch.
The first match was Sammy versus I turned it on and I saw Dustin do the Canadian Destroyer to Sammy through a table on the outside.
That happened.
I was like, okay.
Bro, that shit was wrecked. That's what I was reacting to earlier. That shit was ratchet.
The most significant thing about that match to me was the aftermath. Actually, Dustin, of course, loses. Sammy gets his title back. They hug. But your boy, Brett, Danny Garcia and Sammy's interaction after the match. That's what was significant. If you haven't seen it, it looked like a shoot. That's how good it looked. It looked like a shoot. Danny
I saw that part.
And Sammy getting each other's faces. That was brilliant. I loved it. That was my favorite part of that whole set. I don't care about Dustin. He's a legend, whatever. But him and Danny with the interaction afterwards, that looked legit. I loved it. Stix, did you catch the match?
Yeah, I mean,
Jimmy Hayter got on tight leather pants, y'all.
For Dustin being in his 50s, he didn't do that bad. He doesn't do that terrible of a job wrestling. I mean,
that Dustin Sammy match was classic.
It was a good match. I mean, it was a good match the right guy won, and at the end, that match with him and Daniel Garcia will be good. I mean, I thought it was funny. Scorpio Sky put a tweet out, and I think it was, so let me get this straight. Sammy wins, and then a guy in mom, I think he either said mom jeans or dad jeans, jumps in, and he's going to get a title shot before me. Okay, we know this is fuck shit. So, I mean, it'll be a good match, and it'll be a showcase to see how good Danny Garcia can be in a title match.
Ceizar, thoughts on that first match of Battle of the Belts?
That shit was good. Get that fucker with a Canadian destroyer and 2 crossroads and kicks out. Get the fuck out of here. You're not kicking out no crossroads. It's more ruthless than the pedigree. Y'all seen it? Golden Shovel. Get somebody with a crossroads on ATW TV, you get the gold. But anyway, no, it was a really good match. Yeah, Dustin and Sammy really showed out. I really enjoyed the match. Probably the best match out here. I'm watching The Doctor currently right now.
The Doctor.
Putting work on this bitch rear. I just can't even want this ugly bitch stuff.
Brett, from what you've seen, do you have any thoughts on what happened in this match?
I mean, I saw the ending with Danny Garcia, and I will say I'm a very big fan. I mean, other than when they first brought him in, I was a fan of Danny Garcia. I think it helps, kind of like what Stix was saying of having him with 2.0, because it kind of meshes well. You can tell that he's gotten more comfortable with a promo. When he comes out, I mean, he's still not fully quite there. He's still super young, obviously, so he has a long way to go. But he's really talented. Some of his stuff that was on YouTube. I don't know if it got taken down. But as soon as it happened, it got put up on YouTube. He's really good. At least in front of those small crowd high school gym matches, he's really good. And so I'm very excited to see what this match is and how he can showcase himself. But I just why have this match? Why have an interim title? Just fucking wait. Just wait. It's COVID. Roman Reigns was done with it and was just back on SmackDown. The end of the week. The max that it could take is 2 weeks. Just fucking postpone it. It's not that big a deal. We don't give a fuck. We know that Sammy's gonna beat Dustin. This just makes Sammy look like an idiot because he's gonna lose to Cody. Just fucking. I don't want to hear the interim TNT champion. Just wait. That's my only thing. It's just wait. And I'm not shocked that Dustin hit
wrestlers in the back that you could just throw together to have a good 10-15 minute match.
They have over 100 male wrestlers signed right now.
Well, when you keep signing people, those guys got to stay on dark and get those guys TV time for what?
I don't know. It was just pointless. I'm not surprised to hear that Dustin hit a code red because he hits 5 of those a match at this point in his career. But no, Dustin can still go. But I don't know. I'm not going to go back.
It should have been a number 1 contenders match or something.
Exactly. For when Cody gets back, or Dustin fighting in his brother's place with no title on the line or some shit.
To see if Sammy gets a number 1 contendership or a rematch. That's what it should
exactly.
But they just wanted to have belts on the show, 3 titles. You're not going to have Luchasaurus in them because they just won. That's probably why they added Ricky Starks, because they're probably going to have some other shit. And then, I don't know. I guess they didn't have anybody who they thought deserved to fight Hangman just to beat up because he just had that crazy match with Daniel Bryan. That's why they probably had that fuck shit to begin with.
Well, since we've been spending way too much time on AEW, the next one was, of course, our boy Absolute Ricky
Ricky
Starks. Again, it was a great match, but I will focus on what happened afterwards. I loved P2H not selling Dante's punches. I fucking loved that. That made P2H look like an absolute badass. Ceizar, it's freshest on your mind, so we're just gonna get your thoughts on this match before moving on to the main event.
Fucking P2H was sitting in a chair ringside. So every time Ricky Starks went outside, Matt Sydal was scared to go hit Ricky because P2H was just sitting there holding the title like. Because he's P2H. The match was a good match. You know, both guys can wrestle. But yeah, no, I liked it. I thought the Dustin match was better. Definitely. But no, it's still a good match, so I'm not too mad at it.
Let's move on to the main event. It was a fucking train wreck, to say the least. It was Botchamania, thanks to Little Riho. It was the Doctor defending the AEW Women's Championship against Little Riho. It was terrible.
No, he's right.
This was only to set up the further cracks in the foundation, as you guys put it earlier, between Hayter and Baker. Other than that, I have no more thoughts on this. Ceizar or Stix, jump in if you have any thoughts.
What is your hate with Asian women in wrestling?
No, my hate is
No. That's not named Io Shirai.
Because Riho is a third grader trying to make us believe she can become champion, but she should be fighting cruiserweight.
You also hate Sheeta.
The first AEW Women's Champion that destroyed the women's division to kick off AEW to start with. Riho is not believable as a human being, to say the least. So, Ceizar, your thoughts?
I didn't say that.
I don't like her.
He's not wrong. She looks like I could blow on her and she would collapse.
So does Kairi Sane, but she was fighting Shayna Baszler.
Ceizar could fart and did break her leg. Ceizar, you have any thoughts on this fucking main event so we can stop talking about AEW?
Well, I haven't watched the whole thing, so no, I don't have to.
Borderline child abuse. Anytime she steps in the ring, it's borderline child abuse.
They're all small except for Nyla Rose Beast.
It's like Asian Marco. Brett, any thoughts? Did you see anything?
No, I didn't see anything.
All right.
She's like a $110. You're like Britt Baker's 230.
We can move on.
Yeah, like Britt Baker's 230. She's also like a $115.
Apparently, Ceizar is Riho's attorney. So moving on to NXT, we will go to New Year's
wearing Adam
Evil.
Cole out. She looked like she
Riho is also a member of the House of Black.
Bro, they're still on Riho. What do you do?
A title unification match. It is Carmelo Hayes with Trick or Weekday versus Roddy Strong. Roddy Strong with his posse, and of course, must see Malcolm. Mello wearing an In Loving Memory Roddy shirt. The disrespect. Roddy out with Diamond Mine, tosses shirt into the crowd. The match starts. It's catch as catch can to begin. These two seemingly equal. The crowd is split. We hit the lotto of reversals, gentlemen. Yeah. Trick looking exhausted just watching the match, as all of us were. We get a commercial picture-in-picture. Roddy in control. The Messiah of the Backbreaker goes to work. They trade walls of Jericho's, and I'm calling it that because fuck the Boston Crab. They get some near falls. Some chick screams in the crowd during a near fall. This is awesome.
Pussy lips got hot.
Is correct, crowd. Roddy hit Mello so hard he skid marked his trunks. Malcolm fully invested ringside.
Malcolm was the truth.
Leg drop to the bent over Roddy. Mello takes it. He does not miss yet again. Motherfucker is the unified NXT North American champion. What a fucking awesome match. We all knew it would be. Stixy Drip, your thoughts on the kickoff to New Year's Evil. Thank God I was able to watch it live.
Oh, wait, we're not doing ratings? I mean, why do we do predictions if we're not doing ratings?
I have ratings down.
Oh, well, fuck. This gets my beer cheese. Go ahead, Stix. What you got?
Oh, yeah. This was the match of the night, and this was the match of the week. I mean, we both had said that these guys were going to come out and fucking tear it down, burn it down, and put one on there, and they did. I mean, this match was fucking phenomenal.
Did you see all the tweets about AEW? Because like they were this close to signing Carmelo Hayes.
Were they really?
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, Tony Khan is punching air because he didn't sign Carmelo Hayes when he had the chance."
Dude, Carmelo Hayes would be fucking beating Sean Dean on Dark right now.
Dark right now, yeah, he would be so on Dark right now. Yeah,
He would have lost to Cody twice by now. Stix, what were your thoughts on the kickoff?
This match was the best match, and I think it was either the day later. Malcolm put out a fucking little, I think it was like a 1.5-minute video in memory of the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match with the song from P Diddy that he did for.
He did not, bro.
He did. Go check his Twitter.
I need to find this right now.
I'm doing it too.
So fucking
keep talking,
good.
Stix. Keep
That
talking.
was the cherry on top of that fucking match. Was that video so good? But yeah, it was match of the week. I mean, it was a hell of an opener, and if you didn't have the NXT Championship match as your main event, this should have been the main event. But it was a hell of an opener.
Dude, bro, I gotta say, going on Malcolm Bivens' Twitter,
Yeah.
I forget fucking Julius Creed has an elite Twitter.
Does he?
He's
Malcolm Bivens on the XXL. Jeez.
dude, this is hilarious.
Seems like yesterday was the rock show.
Motherfucker.
I swear to God.
Yo, Malcolm is legit, bro.
The cover of Malcolm Bivens' Twitter page at the top says defund Malcolm Bivens.
Does it?
Bro, this is so fucking funny.
That's fucking
10-year
awesome. Thank you,
But,
Stix,
yo.
for bringing that to our attention.
Fucking, yo, Bivens is the GOAT, bro.
If Omos really wants to win
He's
the
a
Rumble,
god.
they need to
He's a
hide under the
god.
ring so we can switch places like the Belletmans.
Bro, you see
Brett-
that one where it's like, you got to be a sick motherfucker to think
Yeah.
muscular women are attractive, and he's got P. Diddy in a hospital?
Brett, what did you think of the first match of New Year's Evil?
This is the match 2022 so far.
Wow.
He ain't
I'm
lying.
not wrong.
He's not lying.
It's so good, in fact, that I actually put it. I decided that so I don't forget which matches I loved. I put it down on my my new note sheet of potential for the next year end rewards for match of the year. I have it on there just to remind myself. How good it was.
Damn.
I gave it 9 pretzels and the beer cheese. It was damn near perfect. I mean, we talk about Brettzky calling it with guys being really good. I called it in his match against Adam Cole that he would be a fucking megastar, and he's proving me right every single day. This was just absolutely phenomenal. Trick Williams on the outside was hilarious. Bivens on the outside was hilarious. Fucking Ivy Nile with all that body on the outside was great per usual.
Look at all that boy.
Bloody.
And it was just great. I mean, what more can I say about this that hasn't been said already by Stix or Mangria or by Twitter? It was just chef's kiss.
Well, speaking of stuff that could be said about this match, we still have yet to hear from Big Carpe himself. Your thoughts on the first match of New Year's Evil?
First of all, shout out to Malcolm Bivens. Go to his Twitter. Follow that shit. Second of all, this motherfucker put 2021 record, 0 wins, 0 losses, still undefeated. And he put 2022 fights, 1 X-Pac, 2 the urge to DM Rhea Ripley. I'm fucking done. This motherfucker said DraftKings unsuspending my account or convincing Roddy to let me keep the Cruiserweight Championship after he wins next week's unification match because I want to be buried with it. 5 is shit posting. He crossed it out and then put 5 praying more. This dude's Twitter is goated. This shit's up here with Uncle Dax. Dax go hand in hand. You follow Uncle Dax, follow Malcolm Bivens. This motherfucker shit is goated. Motherfucker said if Ivy now punches you with one of them chains, you're gonna wake up playing Uno with Michael Jackson. Bro, that shit is goated. Damn, Malcolm Bivens.
He is a national treasure.
Well, this has got to be your beer cheese match.
It's a big, yeah. They started off the match too good. Every time Roddy's, or look, how many times have we watched an NXT pay-per-view? Roddy started it, whether it be a tag match or a singles match, and that shit was damn near the best match of the night. Only thing that did it better was maybe the main event, because NXT had way more main event, better guys back in the day. Goddamn Roddy, yeah, this beer cheese, man, this is about like a 9 in a beer cheese. Shit was really good. Only thing, if you could complain about this match, was the finish. Because, I mean, it just kind of looked like Fuckboy flipped himself inside out more than a reversal off the top rope. Like he didn't get the fully, like, you know, to make it seem like he reversed it. Kind of just looks like he just flipped himself out and they both hit hard. But yeah, this match was great. Start to finish. That's my only complaint is like that actual finish. But like, then he got his finisher move at the end. Yeah, good shit all around. Malcolm Bivens throughout the match, every time Roddy was winning, having that shit-eating grin on the side, and he's just like, like, yeah,
looking like a super villain.
Yeah, man. Like his character work is like 100. It's on 100. It's literally like the Black Paul Heyman of NXT, man. He's fucking so good. No matter when he's on the mic, he's repping the guys, he's doing work, doing dirt. Yeah, this was beer cheese of the night for me. Like it gets no better than this one.
Up next, AJ comes out, crowd loving him, mentions Waller. Waller comes out. You can't dress, the crowd chants. Waller makes fun of some dude who watched WWE his whole life but never stepped in the gym. AJ wants a match right now. We are not in phenomenal. I've been drinking too much. We are not in phenomenal time. We are in Waller time. Where's your ball sack? The crowd chants. I guess match will take place on next week's NXT. Brawl ensues. AJ gets the best of them. Also, Dunn gonna murder Tony D. Moving on to Imperium versus Riddle and MSK. Wendy Chu is the sleeping girl, Ceizar.
Yeah, I found that out.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Riddle and MSK's themes merged a little thanks to DJ Troy sitting in MJ. Never said his name. I just called him DJ. I called him DJ Troy. They never mentioned
it. It was probably Troy. That fucker be everywhere, bro. He got like 8 jobs. I heard he's part Mexican.
This match is fucking great. Awesome action. The first Walter Riddle face-off was great. Anytime Walter is in the match, he cleans house and caves in chests.
Yeah.
Commercial picture-in-picture. Imperium dominate Carter. Riddle attempts to do a vintage Orton double draping DDT to Imperium, but gets stopped by Walter. MSK and Riddle all fly onto Imperium on the outside. Riddle actually German suplexes Walter twice. One of MSK gets thrown at the commentators. Riddle survives a powerbomb by Walter. This match is so damn good. Riddle RKO's Marcel for the win. The only motherfucker who predicted this right, Brettzky. What were your thoughts on this match, Imperium versus Riddle and MSK? I don't know why.
Not only did I predict it right, I predicted the finish to a T.
That's true.
Of Riddle pinning one of the tag team champions.
Yep.
But no, if this is your worst match of the night, then you.
Well, he won't pin in Walter. Come on.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I think this definitely helped me, lead me to a predictions victory, which we'll get to. But I gave this 7 pretzels on the dot, and this was the worst match of the night, but still fucking phenomenal. This was just great. This is one of my favorite. This might be my favorite MSK match, to be honest with you, that they've had so far from their involvement. The mix of Riddle and their themes was great. I think it went really well, and having the DJ, having MSK always have that DJ on big matches is great. But no, yeah. Also, just to go back to the Waller and Styles segment, I think that they did that very well. I don't imagine this match happens next week, or it's like a fuck shit ending, and it leads to a big match at a takeover or something, because you can't just give that away on TV.
No, there's no takeover till. Have one in the Rumble.
Exactly.
Oh, Rumble.
Okay.
Rumble. It's always the big 4 that they have a takeover at. So there could be a takeover for Rumble. So
just have it be at the Rumble. I can't imagine they give this away just for free on TV.
They've done a takeover in February. I think last year they did one up in Portland on February.
Yeah. 2 years ago in Portland.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be around Rumble time. If not at Rumble, it'll be like a week or 2 afterwards.
Yeah. But no, I saw people online saying Grayson Waller's just an MJF ripoff. Apparently, because he's a heel who gets heat, he's an MJF ripoff. But okay,
he's in better shape than MJF.
Actually, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a boxer. He's a boxer though, so he's like actually
my man Grayson Waller is getting real fucking heat, which I love. This you don't see that. It's really just it's him, Corbin, and MJF who get actual legitimate boo heat.
Legitimate heat.
it's so nice to see. It's so refreshing. Again, Grayson Waller, another one who I said was going to be good and is now great. But no, yeah, this match was phenomenal, and I'm intrigued to see where they go with the Dusty Cup and MSK and Imperium. I'm intrigued to see where they go with it.
Yeah. There's no way those fuck boys win.
Dixie Drip Drip, what were your thoughts on this tag team match? The 6-man, the trio, no, that's AEW. The 6-man tag match.
Drunk motherfucker.
Phenomenal.
I fully agree with Brettzky and Ceizar. I mean, this was the worst match, but it wasn't even that bad. I mean, I gave it 7, and I can see why they had MSK and Riddle win, but I just think if with Walter coming and with the news of that he's going to be full-time in NXT, and now you're going to have like the Imperium faction, I would have had them win, and you could always find a way to have MSK challenge for the tag team titles down the road if you're going to want to do that. But it was a good match. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less of Walter and Riddle, especially if Riddle coming back to NXT.
Ceizar, did we get your thoughts on this?
No. Yeah, I wasn't mad at the match or anything, but I mean, just coming off that first match, that first match was just way too good. Anything followed it wasn't gonna be as hype. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, like, MSK lost to Imperium, so if you really had rematch clauses, they could get a rematch back, but they just left for like 8 weeks just to be on TV, So that, that's probably just the only reason what that is. But yeah, if they're really gonna start off the Dusty Cup again, I'm really interested to see. I'm really interested to see which women are gonna win the Dusty Cup and get that title shot more than I am which team. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, hopefully this is the year the grizzled young vets, soon to be recognized, win that Dusty Cup, because they've been like second place like 3 times. They've actually been putting in the entertainment work, showing they can do the entertainment side as well, do work in the ring. So I would love for them to win it, because I think.
Are you done with the MSK Imperium?
Yeah, nobody cares about that match.
You just completely skipped.
Nobody cares about that match. Yeah, that Riddle came back.
Hold on, let me move on.
The win. But yeah,
Gacy and Harlan are interviewed. They are going to compete in the Dusty Cup. Harlan staring daggers at the camera the entire time. Mandy arriving in helicopter flare style to the arena. Elektra interviewed. Her and Zion fucking. Santos versus Zion. Winner gets Elektra. So much for the women's movement.
They fucking.
I love that.
That redheaded bitch on Instagram about to be hot.
Before I move on, did you have thoughts on that? Any of that I just said?
I think having a match for Elektra is hilarious. And it's the fact that she said it is, I mean, if you want to talk about women's movement, that's probably empowering in a way. But no,
she wants all that dick. She wants all that dick.
This is fucking Vince Russo is probably creaming his pants right now. We got
HLA.
We got a match for essentially the custody of Elektra Lopez. We got
a woman.
I think we have
a
pole match now.
On a pole match.
We have I think the match with Pete Dunne and Tony D is a crowbar on a pole.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it actually is.
Yeah.
On a pole. There's a woman on a pole and a crowbar on a pole.
So I feel like we're back in fucking 1999.
Yeah.
Crowbar and a vagina on a pole. What more can you ask for WWE?
Both of them taste like iron.
It's such good shit, pal.
Such good shit. What else did you say? What else happened in the end?
It was Harlan and Gacy are in the Dusty Cup.
Oh yeah. So this is pretty much going to be like ABW. This crazy piss Zank is going to do all the work, and Joe Gacy is going to bring his slut ass in just for the pin.
Bro, they don't fucking tag Joe Gacy in ever.
Yeah, Joe Gacy's going to be like, hey, Harlan, tag me in, buddy, because he's going to sit on the outside and not do any fucking work because he's a piece of shit wrestler on his own and loses to everybody, just like JH, while crazy piss Zank does all the work and beats up everybody in the ring and then doesn't get any of the pin. It's literally
Harlan a chance.
Literally, they're just ripping off Mangria's YouTube page. Like, this is a goddamn travesty. Somebody's watching that shit, getting all the disrespect. At least break that man a check. You're gonna steal all that shit.
Bro,
Shit,
I
at
want
least
them to
do a
win.
commercial for APPW for fuck's
At
sake.
least.
Come on.
At least.
I'll get
Eyes
Sue.
on.
I'll get Sue to do it.
Yeah. Fucking yeah, that cracked me up too. Fucking Sue talking about thank Chris a chance.
Sue is so wholesome. Thank you for your support.
She's the greatest. I'll send you guys the full cameo later. I had to edit out some stuff.
She was good. If she was talking about Trent, you should have put it back in.
Stix, your thoughts on any of that before we move on? Gacy and Harlan in the Dusty Cup, Mandy in the helicopter, and Pussy on a Pole match.
I have a feeling we knew it was going to come down to something like this for Zion and Santos, but with Elektra basically throwing it out there, I mean, it makes it definite, and I guess it gives it, like Brettzky said, it empowers her to say, whoever you two are going to fight, whoever wins, they get this body, and they get me the
gimmick infringement.
Enchiladas.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna start. What if she cheats? She's gonna cheat for Zion to win. That shit would be funny.
That would be fucking hilarious.
She already had Santos's chimichanga. She wants Zion's.
Yeah, she wants some new dick.
And
Wild and Mendoza are just double teaming her.
I mean, Harlan and Joe Gacy got to at least make it to the finals of the Dusty Cup, don't they?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if they don't win it, they got to at least make it to the finals.
No, they gotta lose early. Brian Kendrick's gonna come in and help some random ass team beat them.
I hope that Andre Chase and his student win the fucking Dusty Cup.
That shit would be good.
Brett, before we move on, I just got a random question I want to ask you because this is going to be the last time we get to see you for a while. Brettzky's going missing, ladies and gentlemen. No,
I'm gonna be fucking.
I know. Who are you a bigger fan of right now? Because we know you love the Brown Order, but asking you right now, who are you a bigger fan of, Santos or Zion? Just in general, not for the match.
Because I think Santos could main event WrestleMania tomorrow and no one to blink an eye.
Wow. Okay.
I think Zion Quinn has an incredibly bright future, but
he is fairly new. He is fairly new.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if you asked me about Andre Chase, I would have a tough time at that question. But Santos Escobar, and Twitter's finally coming around. Like people are finally coming around to it. Like what I said again in the beginning is that he is the next, and he's older, but he's the next. Like you want a Latino superstar. That he's your next. The fact that he hasn't gotten called up is mind-boggling to me.
Fuck that. Stay down there.
I agree. I agree. Stay down there. But
to me, he could be the next Adam Cole for NXT.
Bebe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bebe. He could be they could be the new Undisputed Era if they actually let those guys get wins because they are all legit.
It's a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Cora Jade versus Straight Sonya versus Mandy Rose, who already gets 8 pretzels for that body. Straight Sonya comes out whooping some sniz. Cora attempts the deadliest move on Straight Sonya. Mandy just looking hot as fuck. I put that in my notes. Straight Sonya with the double stacked Samoan drop heading into commercial picture-in-picture. Mandy uses a kendo stick and Straight Sonya's mouth wrenching back. Cora continues to roll up bitches. Mandy then uses the kendo stick, spiking it into Cora's throat, then wraps them thighs around Cora and squeezes. This is all during the commercial, by the way. It's a very long commercial picture-in-picture. Straight Sonya tosses Cora out of the ring. Mandy looks at Cora, then runs away. Straight Sonya chases her and gets her back into the ring. Mandy gets a 2.5 after nailing Straight Sonya with a code breaker. Chingona bomb to Mandy gets a close call. Cora jumps onto them. Cora tosses Straight Sonya out of the ring, and then Mandy turns the tables on Cora and gets the pin with the most deadliest move in all of entertainment. Ceizar, the roll-up. I gave this match a 6 pretzels because meh. What did you think, Stix? What did you think of this triple threat women's championship matchup?
We got the best line from Wade.
I gave it 7 with the combination of Mandy's entrance, her outfit, commentary from Wade, and even what happened after the match between her and Wade. I mean, we all knew.
Oh yeah.
We all knew Mandy was going to win, and Sonya looked strong. Cora looked good. Sonya mean, she's got to at the most have one more match in NXT before she's gone up there. But Cora was the one that you thought she was going to win with the roll up, and then Mandy reversed it. So that furthers that feud between those two. But I mean, Mandy winning and all that stuff. It was 7. It was good for a women's match. It was good for the match and for the championship match.
Ceizar, the NXT triple threat match for the NXT championship.
Yeah, I'm with Stix. I gave it about a 7. The best part is when Sonya like damn near killed Cora Jade and Mandy was on the outside and she started running away. Wade goes, "What? She might have left the keys in the helicopter." Fucking Wade had me crying with that shit. I was like, this motherfucker said the keys in the helicopter. Like that bitch was flying it. There's a whole ass pilot in that thing. She was sitting in the back seat. Yeah, I thought it was a 7. Everybody got their shit in. They kind of, or that cameraman probably got fired who panned when she hit it with the Chicona bomb. Then you saw Cora Jade on the top.
Yeah.
That guy got fired. He definitely got fired. And Vince is watching. Yeah, Vince is like, yeah, I'll cancel his last check. I'll get another one. He gone.
How do you spell endeavor?
Yeah. Once again, hey, Con, how do you spell endeavor again? I'm just sending this out. I got this round. Don't worry about it. Try some other people next month. I got this round. Start with this fucking boy. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. Probably see straight Sonya maybe in the Rumble. Maybe even maybe in the Captain. They've done their rounds of shit to get up there. But no, I thought it was a decent match. So yeah, I gave it a 7.
Hey Brett, speaking of the Rumble, they blew their load and revealed all the fucking surprises during SmackDown. Charlotte spilling the beans on everyone who's going to be in it, but I digress. Brett, your thoughts on this triple threat NXT Women's Championship match?
I thought it was really good. I'll disagree with the 6. I gave it 7 in the Salt. I think it was a really good match. I think, everyone got their shit in. The character development for all 3 of them was great in terms of like the development of how they of Sonya, straight Sonya, Raquel Gonzalez gradually getting more and more pissed off at Cora Jade gradually getting more and more confident in herself, and Mandy just being Mandy, and just looking the way she looks and acting the way she acts. And the finish was great. Like to have that reverse kind of thing. You think it's Cora Jade's moment, and then Mandy turns the tables. I think that was great. Also, I would like to point out once again, Mangria, if you remember episode number 100 of the After Party Hangover, when you asked me where one of the matches I think would be on the WrestleMania Takeover, I said Cora Jade in a women's title match.
That is true. Wow. Holy shit.
And so I would like to once again point to
look at this motherfucker. He's the future collector and the future predictor.
There you go. Look at that tagline. Look at you. Drunk Mangria has some good ideas every
Hey.
Oh boy. But no, I give it
collecting food from a dumpster. But yeah, I mean,
hey,
I digress.
Hey, Millie Calorie Man died for a while. Hey,
yeah, he was dead. He was dead. It was great.
Fucking
oh my god, it was so great when he was dead. Man, remember the good old times when Millie Calorie Mitch was dead?
These are. Guess what, my friend? No.
Yeah, he was dead as shit. Boy. World was a better place.
But yeah, I gave it 7 in Assault. Really enjoyed it. And Mandy won. The best way it sets up Cora and Raquel, like we all thought was going to happen, and it just sets everyone up in a better position going forward.
Boa wasting our time again. Riddle scooters away, then Creeds approach MSK. That's going to be a great match. I think I'm a bigger fan of the Creeds than MSK, to be honest. Andre Chase comes out, praises student for sacrificing. I know Brettzky was watching this, just fucking drooling this whole time.
I was chanting along.
It was a great segment. I'll give it to you.
I was chanting along. You deserve it. He deserved that scholarship.
Andre Chase is out, praises student for sacrificing himself for Chase, gives student full scholarship. Brettzky green with envy, but joyous as well. White Khali interrupts, crowd chanting, "You suck." I agree. White Khali lisps all over the ring, insulting the crowd, and Andre proceeds to attack scholarship student. He doesn't have a name yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Scholarship student and other crowd plants. Wade losing his mind. So was Big Dick Vic. That's totally disgraceful. He's crazier than Antonio Brown. White Collie thrown out, throws shade at Roddy and Ivy Nile. That's a bad idea. Grimes looking forward to 22 the moon. Brettzky, fuck Boa and Riddle. I want your thoughts on Andre Chase and wax poetic, my friend.
Bro, I was clapping along with everyone in the crowd, clapping on to Andre Chase's statements. I love the fact that he went from a heel to a face just because everyone fucking loves him. Like
I picture Brettzky was at home doing the Mr. Burns, like, excellent.
No, he was clicking on buy on the Andrew Chase shirt.
I have the shirt. I do have the shirt.
Oh shit!
Ship those to Paris, please.
But no, this was so fucking funny. Von Wagner talks like a combination of Jack Swagger and Brock Lesnar. But no, I think that he's still finding himself. And he's another one of those guys where it's kind of like Jade, where or Jade Cargill, where you just kind of throw him in the fire and just throw him in the deep end. Like we can see he can have a good match like with Kyle O'Reilly in the steel cage and him and Kyle versus Imperium. But no, I'm a fan. I think that he has a lot to give and he has a lot of potential. I think giving him Robert Stone as a mouthpiece or someone as a mouthpiece is a good idea. But I definitely see what they see in him. And him kind of doing this shit, like getting all unhinged is great, I think, for his development and for like what he needs to be doing right now. And him versus Roddy, I think could be a sneaky good match if they have him and Roddy. Like that could be a sneaky, solid match on an NXT TV show coming the next couple of weeks. But man, I wish I could get that full scholarship. I wish I would drop out of Babson right now if it meant getting a full scholarship to Andre Chase University, because I am ripe with. I would love to learn about all these teachable moments. I would sacrifice myself. I want to be that guy in the student section waving the flag. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I hear campus life is a treat, and they got great sororities.
Brett, if you ever attend an NXT show, I want to see you in the Chase U shirt with a couple buddies wearing the Chase U shirt,
trying to sit in the student section.
Can I get a sign saying, "Can I get a full ride?"
Oh, absolutely. If I ever got to an NXT show, I would absolutely do that.
Ceizar, your thoughts on better Brettzky?
Whoa.
Oh man, that dude's fucking money. No matter what he's talking about, that fuck shit. Yeah, this skit was good. I wasn't mad at it at all. Yeah, he's glad he wasn't dead. The student came down to try to get that full Scott. I guess he did probably after the show. So yeah, obviously it's a guy who's going to be probably with 2.0 Brettzky, and then they're going to be probably as a tag team wrestling here in the future. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, it'd be funny if they won the Dusty Cup. That should be. Brettzky said earlier. That shit would be really fun. But no, I enjoyed it.
They're doing with them what we wanted them to do with Thatcher, and by the way, rest in peace, Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, with the
that's what they're doing with them. What we wanted them to do with Thatcher and the
dentures. And the dentures, yeah. They need to keep funneling people through Andre Chase University, getting full scholarships, and then end up these motherfuckers wrestling.
Yeah, they need to have them like a graduation ceremony, and like after they graduate, they get like a title shot or something like that.
Be great.
Dean, God of Goats. He has the fucking thing, hatchet in his thing.
Fucking like, Dean Loomis.
Yeah, Dean Loomis.
He has the diploma in his fucking coat.
With next to the fucking hatchet. Yeah.
Stix, your thoughts on Chase U?
This has been very enjoyable, and it keeps getting better and better. With him having the student come down to try to accept his full ride scholarship, and then the backwoods Khali interrupting. I mean, this Andre Chase. I really hope they continue with this. I mean, this guy has gotten better and better every week. Even though he's collecting L's, his promos are winners. And I was thoroughly enjoyed, and I can't wait to see more.
Before we move on, my favorite part of Chase U, I know it's been a while, but whenever he gets mad at a student and he curses them, he tells them to get
Curses and
out.
kicks him out.
That's my
This is
favorite part.
bullshit.
Okay, folks, it's the commercial-free main event NXT Championship match. NXT Champion of the World, Tommaso Ciampa, versus Braun Breaker. Woof, woof. Braun Breaker breaking, that's a lot of B's. Braun Breaker breaking chains and kicking through the black and gold X Ceizar. The disrespect. Ciampa clenching Goldie for the last time.
Spoilers, God.
Sorry. Match starts. Ciampa attempts at mind games and tricks are met with this brick shit house of Breaker tossing him around. I spit all over my phone. Ciampa tries to drag Breaker's eyes across the top rope. Gets none of it. Ciampa does nail a corkscrew plancha to Braun on the outside. Clap, clap, clap. Pat, pat, pat. We love when Ciampa does that. I like how Braun reversed the Thez press into a spine buster. Ciampa busted open. He capitalizes on hesitations by Braun. Braun spears Ciampa, then a slugfest ensues. Ciampa reverses Gorilla Press Power Slam into Willow's Bell, but only gets a 2 count. The single leg crab applied rope break for Braun. Ciampa exposes concrete on the outside. Braun Alabama slams Ciampa through the announce table. The table broke oddly. That looked fucking painful. Gorilla Press Power Slam leads to a 2 count thanks to Ciampa getting the ropes. Ciampa uses middle rope to hit Braun's marbles. Multiple knee attacks and a fairy tale ending only gets a 2 3/4. We are 5 minutes overtime here, folks. Braun with a bulldog and a Steiner recliner. Braun is the new NXT champion. The pup has now become the dog-faced gremlin. 9 minutes over. Ceizar, the main event of New Year's Evil, gets a 7. A 7 for me. 7 pretzels. What say you, brother?
I gave it like 7 in the salt. I thought it was an okay match. It won't that Roddy match like we all did. Fucking Roddy. But no, we all saw it coming because we all picked Braun anyway. Yeah. It's like they're sink or swim, motherfucker. If you shit, they just gonna take it off his ass in a couple weeks, or they're gonna do something. Maybe Tommaso show some people up. I don't know. Kill a cracker or two, hit somebody with a chair. What are you gonna do? But no, I thought it was an okay match. I thought it was good. Braun looked strong here at the beginning, eating them chops and whatnot. Then, they had a great match. Yeah, that table spot looked rough because it like broke but didn't break. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was kind of like the sides popped out, but the top was still there. And I was like,
oh, yeah, it took the full impact and then it broke. Like it didn't break instantly.
It didn't break instantly.
Bam! And it broke.
Yeah, he definitely bounced on that shit, which probably hurt way more. And then, Braun won with the submission at the end. All in all, it was good stuff. We'll just see where he goes from here. I don't know if he's there promo-wise, really, as the champ. But, his ring work is good for, really not being in front of people. So, we'll see where it goes from here.
Stix, who's the most scared object in the universe right now is the chair that Ciampa throws every week. That motherfucker getting kicked in next week. What were your thoughts on the main event that closed out New Year's Evil?
I gave it 7. I agree with Ceizar. I thought it was okay. I thought Ciampa did a good job in this match. He did a good job of carrying Braun. Braun had to make Braun look like he had learned from his mistakes of like their first match and even through the War Games matches. And I agree with Ceizar too. His in-ring work is okay, good to okay, but his promos need to be worked on. But I guess you could kind of go with that strong silent type, like he could just say a few words and still, but they could be powerful. So them throwing him in, he did okay, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they will run it back or if who they have in line for him next.
Before we move on to Brettzky, I agree with Ceizar on the promos part, only because being aggressive and saying, the talk is done, I'm going to kick your ass when I get in the ring, can only go so far. That's why I agreed with what Ceizar said. But it's only fitting, ladies and gentlemen, we close out New Year's Evil with this motherfucker smartass who won predictions, the great Brettzky 99. Go ahead and give us your thoughts on the main event of New Year's Evil, sir.
See, I enjoyed this a lot more than you guys did, apparently. I gave this 8 in the salt. I think that the subtle storytelling of Braun overcoming I guess
I guess we all knew it was coming, so it took a little bit out of it for me.
Right, yeah, I guess that's fair. But I'm looking at just as a match in general. I mean, it had the great pacing, Braun pulling out some new shit, like the fucking standing moonsault and reversing the Thez press into a spine buster and shit like that.
It's Frankensteiner or shitty though, so somebody needs to take
Frankenstein.
It's a Hurricane Rada. Get it right, Vic. Come on.
He's had like 2 good ones and like 5 bad, okay to bad ones. So
yeah, I get it's family legacy, but if it's family legacy, you should learn how to snap that shit.
Yeah. I did see Rex Steiner, his dad, got in the exclusive after the show. He got in and hugged him, and apparently
I saw that. Yeah,
Braun's boots were his dad's boots and shit like that, which I thought was really cool. And him winning
with
the
Ciampa paid respects to him as well.
Braun had a different singlet on. It was black. It was just black with the red for Breaker. It wasn't colorful like it was.
Yeah, like it usually is. Yeah, it's not
but
that.
Ciampa's was though.
Yeah, Ciampa's is super colorful.
Yeah. But, I enjoyed the match. I like what they're doing with throwing him into the deep end because clearly they have high hopes for him. I mean, especially if they're giving him the fucking title right away. But it's really sink or swim. It's like, listen, you have the family legacy, you have the talent at this young of an age and at this inexperienced level. Just go out and see if you can fucking do it. Like, I think his promos I agree that they, especially making Mangria's point where like they could get a little like, okay, you said this every week. But I like the aggression. Like, he makes up for like maybe the lack of like words with the aggression that he comes out with. Like, you can tell he's passionate. You can tell he means what he's saying for the most part. Like, you can believe him. So you think that's okay. Like, it's elevating his promos to where they might not be if he was just like, I'm gonna beat you next week, kind of like Mark Henry kind of thing, or JH. But like, no, I feel I feel like he's gonna thrive. I think this is the smartest thing they can do with him because I feel like him in the undercard wouldn't make sense. Like, him as the fucking North American champ right now wouldn't make as much sense as Mello, or him going after tag belts with some random partner wouldn't make sense really, or him just having random one-off feuds wouldn't make sense. I think this is the smartest thing they can do. Get him some seasoning. If he fails, and just give him some time off and bring him back, try to do it again. So I was a big fan of this match. I think everyone came out of this better. The subtle storytelling was great, even though it was obvious that Breaker was going to win. But I thoroughly enjoyed this match, and I enjoyed the show as a whole because I won predictions. I did win predictions. Mangria, tell the people who don't know what that means.
The great Brettzky 99 got a 4, whereas the rest of us tied with 2. And in predictions, we all have our original ways of punishing each other. Brettzky has been licking his chops, waiting to reveal what his fucking punishments are going to be. And this is his final full-time episode. So the floor is yours, Brettzky. What do you have in store for us, sir?
So I'm going to start with Stix.
Okay, let me end this episode. No.
Stix, my friend. We all know that Monday Night Raw is the best show, and just in general, right?
Yep.
Easy to get through. It's fun to watch.
Every Monday. I DVR it every Monday, and I watch it when I get home.
All right. Well, that's perfect to know, Stix, because Stix, for your punishment, there's at least once within the next month and a half, 2 months, whatever it might be, by the end of February, you have to live tweet the entirety of one Monday Night Raw, whether you watch it live or whether you watch it on DVR in full. You have to live tweet the entire show. as you're watching it.
No.
I'll do it this Monday. I don't want. I can't. I DVR because I got to work. But
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't know your work schedule.
I'll do it, man. I got you.
That's why I said if you DVR and like watch it later, because I didn't know like how your schedule, but at least once by the end of February. So I guess next week. So go. I know Mangria put apparently the plugs in the beginning or intro or something, but go follow Stix on Twitter for the live tweeting. Up next, Ceizar. I figured I got to go out with the bang because he's not going to have a full-time appearance on this show for at least the next 5 months, maybe more. And I know AEW doesn't have many shows where we do pretzel ratings.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Ceizar, for the rest of 2022.
You can't have a year-long thing.
For the rest of 2022.
No, you can't have a year-long thing.
Yes,
Let
you
him
can.
finish.
Yes,
No, you can't.
Let
Yes,
him finish.
Yeah, because
All right,
there's
go
two
ahead.
pretzel ratings, and AEW has like maybe we only do it like 4 times a year for AEW with their pretzel ratings.
Sure.
For the rest of 2022, whenever there's a pretzel rating involved in the AEW show, you cannot give a Cody Rhodes match below 7 pretzels.
I don't think I've ever given a Cody Rhodes match below 7 pretzels anyway. So the match is good. I can still hate Cody. Matches are always great. So you actually wasted that one. Should have thought of it better.
Well, this brings me to my favorite one.
You motherfucker, man. You fucking prick. Oh.
So for Mangria Fueled.
He's gonna
I
fight
read
Sammy next. It's gonna be 8 pretzels at least.
No. I read really sad news online recently, Mangria. And there's people talking about AEW, like how Big Swole wasn't released, but was wasn't re-signed. We're contracting him up, and people speculating about who's next because AEW has said they don't want to release people before the contracts are up. So it's gonna be when their contracts come up. And someone that's been considered to be on the chopping block is your favorite, Marco Stunt.
Thank God.
People think that they're not gonna because he's not been on TV. They've kind of replaced him with Christian. They think that he's not gonna be re-signed.
Good.
So you shouldn't be saying good yet, buddy. For your punishment, Mangria, this is my favorite one. I'm never gonna top this. You know the site change.org?
Man, you fucking asshole, man. Why
You
did
have
you
to start
give Ceizar such a light
change.org.
punishment?
You have to start a change.org petition to re-sign Marco Stunt and give him a push. And then tweet out the link with the hashtag give Marco a chance.
And you have to sign it.
Wow.
That would be the #1 signature.
Wow.
I thought he would have made you do like an memorial video for Marco Stunt.
No, he would have enjoyed
like
that.
Malcolm did for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
No, he would have loved that.
So to recap, Stix will be live tweeting the entirety of 3 hours of Monday Night Raw on Monday. Ceizar for the rest of 2022. This fucking Ceizar the rest of the year cannot give a Cody Rhodes match below 7 pretzels. And the beloved Mangria Fueled must start a change.org petition to re-sign Marco Stunt at the end of his contract, give him a push.
Wait, a Cody Rhodes one-on-one?
What?
Cody Rhodes one-on-one?
Singles match?
Like, specify which Cody. What if he's in a battle
Any
royal?
match with Cody in it that has to get rated.
All right, so even if it's a battle royal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so Mangria has to start the change.org petition to re-sign Marco and give him a push and tweet out the link with hashtag give Marco a chance. There's a recap, ladies and gentlemen. I have been the Great Brettzky 99.
Let us all hope and pray that someone doesn't 9/11 Brettzky's praying into Big Ben.
Oh my fucking
Hopefully it
God.
doesn't 9/11 into Big Ben, but I digress.
That's a little bit of an extreme.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Tripod this week.
Stay tuned to all of their social
joking.
medias. Stay tuned to Stix's social medias, Twitter for the live tweeting, and stay tuned to see Mangria's tweet about that petition because I will be on his ass about that.
Okay, everybody, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Farewell, Brettzky. You will not be missed. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned.